Is Bangladesh on the edge of an economic disaster? Well, questions are coming in because there are reports that reveal a steep rise in poverty and food insecurity, echoing the financial turmoil seen in neighbouring Pakistan. A recent survey by the Bangladesh Institute of Development Studies has painted a rather grim picture, showing that poverty rates have skyrocketed from 8.6% to nearly 19%. Those numbers are on your screens, viewers. Alarming statistics. National poverty rate has climbed to 23.1%. It's clear the situation is going from bad to worse. Food insecurity now affecting nearly half the population. And as the crisis deepens, the textile industry, the country's lifeline, is now crumbling under the weight of political instability. Last week, Ananta Jalil, a key player in the garment sector, has raised alarm bells, accusing the interim government of sabotaging the very engine of Bangladeshi economy. Millions are now out of work. The once thriving industry, responsible for 84% of foreign earnings, is on the edge of collapse. Bangladeshi garment industry accounts for 12% of the global garment supply chain. And that tells you what's the writing on the wall. If the interim government doesn't step in, the country's economic fate could be sealed. That's how significant this disaster could be. Let's get in Zia Hassan, who's an economist, joining me to talk more about the impact of what all turmoil the government and the country has been going through. Mr. Hassan, the numbers are shocking and also indicative of the fact that the turmoil, the revolution, all that was 8 months back. The country is not moving forward. It seems to be going back.
Thank you. Yeah. So I had a smirk in my face when I was looking at the data that you projected. So the first data that you projected was regarding the poverty. Here in the screenshot, I saw that the poverty rose from 8 point something percent to 26% from 2022. But the real data, quoting from exactly the BIDS report, that actually it increased, yes, but not 24.73% to 26.43%, not 8.4% to 26% that you have shown. So that is a blatant lie. Secondly, RMG export.
No, it says 8.6% to 18.8%. That's what it says.
No, if you can bring back, so you see, you said it was 8.6%.
To 18.87%.
No, the correct data is from that same report. The correct data is from 2022 to 2024. The poverty rose. Yes, it has risen. I'm not denying that. From 24.73% to 26.40%.
Okay.
That makes a big difference between what you have stated in this picture. So let me go back to the garment sector. The garment sector in last 7 months has...
No, don't address the garment sector first.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, fine, you may contest the numbers. The numbers are as per the source.
I'm not contesting because you have misrepresented the number.
I'm not misrepresenting, sir. It is from a particular report. Even if I go by what you are saying, poverty rate has worsened, hasn't it?
Absolutely, 24 point something percent to 26 point something percent.
Right.
That is definitely a matter of concern, but it is not like a doomsday scenario that you are projecting. That is my point.
Okay. There is a let's pull up the 23.11% statistic. Let's put that. Even if you say that it is not what it is right now, my question to you is, Mohammad Yunus's interim government, it needs to work towards ensuring that people's aspirations and their needs are addressed, right?
Yeah. So
how do you think that will happen?
Yeah. So look, Bangladesh has, after the collapse of Sheikh Hasina, has taken over an absolutely broken economy. And the key factor that the government had to address was the inflation. The inflation, for first time in last 20 years, it rose to something like 14%. The government had adopted a contractory monetary policy. And through the contractory monetary policy, economy is being shrinked. That is not something that happened automatically. That was by design, because we had no other way, because the way Sheikh Hasina's regime, supported by India, had adopted a funny something called 9 to 6 policy. When the inflation was 14%, the deposit rate was 6%. And the oligarchs were given the money at 9%, and they created some artificial illusion of growth. So Dr. Yunus's government and Dr. Hassanesh Mansour, who is a very competent leader, they adopted a contractory monetary policy. And by that, actually, credit growth has become 7%. We are very concerned about it. The credit growth has gone down, but that is actually by design.
Okay. I gave you all the time to speak. What I heard, of course, was India 3 times, but fair enough. I will let that pass. The numbers that I started this discussion with is not something that I have cooked up. This is from the Dhaka Tribune, and I'm going to ensure that you get that link. This is from the Dhaka Tribune, where the numbers have been quoted.
I don't quote Dhaka Tribune. I quote Bangladesh Bank and the BIDS
which is
report.
the BBS data, which is saying 8.6 to 18.87%. Okay. But the fact is, if it was not 8%, then it was not as good. That's the only thing. Had it been 8.6%, it's single digit.
No,
that means it's very good.
But
again, as I said, it is from Dhaka Tribune, sir. These are not my numbers. Your answer only I heard India, India, India again, and of course Sheikh Hasina 3 times. So between 3 times of Sheikh Hasina and 3 times of India, that's all I heard. Nothing else. But I have one more question. No, I'm going to give you all the time. I'm going to give you all the time, Mr. Hassan, and I know a fair amount of economics as well, but this is not a debate about economics. The other question I'm going to ask you is, what is your mantra to fix the Bangladeshi garment industry?
Garment industry?
Unless you are debating that also, that the garment industry is not in doldrums.
Oh my God, you don't know how hard I'm coming. Bangladeshi garment industry, please go, don't check up Dhaka Tribune. It is a Awami League supported
I hope you're not going to say that the garment industry is doing very well. I hope you're not planning to say that the garment industry is doing very well. If you are going to say that the garment industry is doing very well, then let's have a different discussion about the weather baby.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
So,
thank you so much, Mr. Hassan, for joining me today. If we are going to debate like this, I don't think it's helping either the viewers of your either they are helping the viewers or you putting out your data. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. I'm going to come back to you at another time, maybe on another issue, hopefully when we'll have some clarity on how we want to address it, viewers. The fact of the matter is that just a couple of years ago, Bangladesh had one of the highest growth rates in the world. In fact, its per capita income was far higher, was very much in line with some of the fastest growing South Asian countries. It beat Pakistan. It was much higher than Pakistan. Fast forward 2 years, another democratically elected prime minister being ousted, and Bangladesh is already following in the footsteps of failed state, which is Pakistan. From the turmoil on the streets to the reeling garment industry, the stories of Dhaka and Islamabad, unfortunately, are looking eerily similar with each passing day.